Alrighty, it is actually March 29th, but I've already finished my March video, so this is getting put into the April collection video. I went to go see a couple movies. Ready or Not 2 was one of them. And I stopped by Disc Replay and Goodwill and Game Exchange and picked up a few things because of course I did. So let's go through them real quick. I've already cleaned them and taken the price tags off, but I'll do my best here. I picked this up at Disc Replay. This is actually the only thing I picked up at Disc Replay. It's the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. I have the first collection on PS4, so normal Rainy Cage OCD. That one has the first 6 Mega Mans on it. This one has 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, am I a huge Mega Man guy? No, but if I ever wanted to play classic Mega Mans, now I have a way to do it on PS4. This was $16.99 at Disc Replay, if I remember correctly. And, yeah, so, I grabbed it. This game I picked up at Game Exchange. I'm pretty sure Monster Madness, yeah. It was like, gosh, under $15. If you'll look at the back, you can kind of get a gist of why I picked it. It's got couch co-op. It's got vehicle combat, it looks like. It's got like some cool artwork. Honestly, I looked at the Metacritic score. It doesn't have the best Metacritic score, but it's just a weird game that I'd never seen before. And so adding to the PS3 collection. I don't do that very often, but I thought that was an interesting game to try. Some cool pickups that I found at Game Exchange. And the guy told me he had just put these out. So I was just right place, right time type situation. I found some Call of Duty Steelbooks, and this is my favorite Call of Duty, Black Ops 3. I've said that many times. This Steelbook, it was either this one or the next one. One was $18 and one was like $10. So not bad. I did already have these, but I'm basically upgrading my versions to these really cool Steelbooks. This one, so freaking cool. And they were in like really good condition. I cleaned them up. They look nice. So that's my favorite. And then this one was right next to it. So of course I was like, well, I'm going to grab it. Infinite Warfare I also have on Steelbook. So that's 3 PS4 Call of Duties that I have the Steelbooks for now. And I just love the way these Steelbooks look. So freaking cool. Silly to rebuy a game physically, especially Black Ops 4. I'm pretty sure I have that digitally as well. But I don't know, because especially 3 is my favorite Call of Duty, I wanted to have the coolest version of it. Then these final 3 are movies that I picked up from Game Exchange. I had to recase 2 of them, but it was buy 2, get 1, and they were all $5.99. So technically for, $12, I got 3 movies. Not a bad deal. The first one was Spring Breakers. I feel like I've seen this before, but I can't remember. And I just wanted to check it out again. Plus, it's got Selena Gomez, which I do have a thing for Selena Gomez. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's give it a go. Again, I don't remember if it's good or not. It was like an early A24 movie too, if I remember correctly. Swordfish, I've seen this movie, but it's been a really, really long time. I had it on DVD, so this is a DVD to Blu-ray upgrade. So it's always nice to get. You can tell Spring Breakers and Swordfish are recased because the cases on those was pretty bad. And then I finally did pick up Dances with Wolves. This is a 20th anniversary edition with a bunch of special features. It comes with a slip. I don't know why the guy wrote K Self on the back of it. He wrote it on the disc too, which bugs me. But I've never seen Dances with Wolves, and this is one of the Kevin Costner movies. Like, it won a bunch of awards and stuff, so I figured, I need to watch this one. A lot of people say Avatar is a lot like Dances with Wolves, so maybe I'll actually really enjoy it. I like Kevin Costner, so for $6, or I guess technically $4 with the free one, I thought that was worth getting. And that is it for now. All right, one random edition here. Just came in the mail. I picked it up at I ordered it off of Walmart because it went down to $20 on Walmart, and it's Red Eye 4K. Come with this sweet glossy steelbook. I did not own this movie at all. I've seen it once, I think, way back when it originally came out, and that's it. So I'm looking forward to watching this again. I've think it's going to be pretty good. I'm looking forward to checking out the 4K, and I really like this slip. Alrighty, it is April 4th, so we are not even a full week into April yet. But I had a stressful last couple days at work, so I was going to go see the Super Mario movie, which, by the way, is not as bad as the critics are making it out to be. But I decided to go to Nashville, watch it in 4DX. And of course, since I went to Nashville, I wanted to go to McKay's. I went to Half Price Books. I went to a couple Goodwills. So I've got a bunch of stuff here. Everything I got from McKay's, of course, I still have credit. But my credit did go down. I went down from 700 to 400 and something. Because I didn't bring anything to trade in this time. I have some stuff, but I was decided to wait for when I go this summer to trade in, basically. So we're going to go through all this stuff. I have not removed the stickers or anything yet, so let's get it going here. It's going to be, as usual with my Ks, it's got a lot of 4K upgrades. Starting off with the first Shazam. $5.95. I have this movie. Didn't have it in 4K. For $6, to me, it's worth upgrading to 4K. Knowing, I wanted to rewatch this movie. I have it on Blu-ray, so another 4K upgrade. Now, when I do go to rewatch it, I think I didn't like the ending of this one, but it's been so long since I've watched it. Now I can watch it in 4K for $11. The original Wonder Woman for $5. I mean, come on. Had it on Blu-ray, upgraded for $5. Wonder Woman 1984. Same thing as with Wonder Woman. This one was $8.95. I think I've only watched this the one time. And wasn't theaters closed at the time, so this it was around Christmas time, came straight to video or HBO Max or something. So that's how I watched it. So need to watch it again. I remember being pretty disappointed with it. This was in the discount bin. I think I watched this back when my daughter was super young, and I thought it's actually kind of good, but I can't really remember. Romeo and Juliet for $1.95. I thought it was worth a gamble for $1.95. This was in the Half Price Books discount bin. Stealth. This is actually a DVD upgrade. So I actually own this movie on DVD. Have not watched it since it originally came out. Can't even remember if it's any good or not. But for $2, I swung for the Blu-ray upgrade. Another Half Price Books pickup. $6.99 for Gods and Generals. Honestly, we just don't have a whole lot of Civil War kind of movies. It has Jeff Daniels, Stephen Lang, Robert Duvall. This is the extended director's cut. I thought, you know what? I want to give it a shot. I don't know if it's any good. I was going to look these up, like their Rotten Tomato scores, and I forgot. Same with this one. A couple blind buys in here. This one was another Half Price Books pickup. When the Game Stands Tall. Had an interesting cast. I read the back about a football team that went on a 151 game winning streak, and then it ends. And so it's kind of, I guess it's going to take place after the streak ends. But for $3.99, I thought it was worth a shot. I love a good football movie every once in a while. Another blind buy from Half Price Books, $4.49 for Takers. Mainly, I got this because Paul Walker was in it. I don't think I ever watched it. It looked like a heist kind of movie. And it had Paul Walker. So I figured I'd give it a try for $4.49. This one I mainly got because the slip was so clean and nice. I think I watched this one, but honestly, I can't remember. But it was $4.49, so I figured it's a sci-fi movie. I give it a shot. Plus, I like the slip so much. I hope it doesn't suck, because I'll be sad to have to get rid of that one. The Revenant, I loved The Revenant. I was surprised, actually, that I had this on Blu-ray. I thought I already had it on 4K, so went ahead and upgraded my Blu-ray copy. I remember the cinematography on this film is fantastic, so this would be a good one to watch in 4K. $10.95 from Good old McKay's. Now we're gonna go through some Goodwill picks here. We got these are all $1.59, I think, each. Australia, never watched it. I saw the trailer for this on another movie the other day, and looked interesting. So for $1.50, why not? I think I have this movie, but I don't know. It was at Goodwill for $1.50. I was in kind of a hurry, and I thought, well, at minimum, I could. This has the slip, so I could at least upgrade my copy with the slip. Same with this one. I think I had it, but when I'm at Goodwill, anything that looks decent. This one had the slip as well. I think I have this movie, but if not, it's going in the collection. If I do have it, I'll trade it in and keep the slip. All right, back to McKay's. We got Fury. This is a 4K upgrade because I had the Blu-ray. $14.95, so kind of pricey, but I thought that would be one worth getting on 4K. This one I didn't even own at all. I have seen this movie. It's been a really, really long time. I think this is like an 80s or 90s movie with a young Macaulay Culkin. And this was the 4K with the slip for $12.95. So I was like, yes, I have not seen it in a really long time. I want to watch it again. Independence Day, the original, the OG, the great one. I had this on regular Blu-ray, so I went ahead and upgraded it for $12.95 to 4K. It's a fun summer blockbuster film. Novocaine, I think this movie was last year. Might have been 2 years ago, but I did not own it. So for $14.95, I picked it up on 4K. Lone Survivor I had on Blu-ray, so this is a 4K upgrade. It was sealed, so $11.95 for a sealed 4K. Once again, hard to pass that. This one is ridiculous because, as you can see, it's Deadpool 2 for $10, 4K. It does have this not suitable for children's book, and that's basically why I got it, because it was a cool set. Because I actually already had this movie in 4K, but I couldn't remember if this was one that I had the slip for or not. I don't know. I'm going to look here in a minute, but I just like this set, and I like the little children's book that came with it. So when you're playing with free house money, it's easy to make those kind of decisions. Same with Independence Day Resurgence. I watched it one time, did not like it, but the completionist in me, I got Independence Day in 4K. I was like, might as well get this one in 4K. So that's mainly why I got that one in 4K. And another blind buy. I did look up the Rotten Tomatoes score for this one. It's like 84%. I remember seeing the trailer for it, but never ended up watching it in theaters. And it was sealed. So I thought for $11.95, it's worth checking out. Hopefully it's good. This is a cool find here. This is the 3 Kelvin Timeline Star Trek movies in 4K for $32.95. So about $10 a movie. I love these movies, and I have, I think, Beyond in 4K, but the other two I didn't. And honestly, I don't even know if those come in 4K individually. So this was the best thing to get, because now I can get the whole trilogy on 4K. All right, and then now I've got 3 games, all pickups from McKay's. This one I thought I had digitally, but I did not. It looked really cool, $13.95. Insomniac Games. I don't know, I didn't have it. It sounded cool. I'm a big fan of Insomniac, so thought I'd check that out. This one I've had in my wish list on Amazon for, I swear, probably 5 years. This was like, I remember because it came out in like 2021. And saw it for $25.95 at McKay's and thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get it. It's a take-turn RPG, so my jam. So I went ahead and grabbed it. And then finally, my actual first PS5 Dragon Ball Z game, Sparking Zero, for $23.95. I know there's a couple PS5 Dragon Ball games, but I don't have any of them. And I have not played a Dragon Ball game since like the PS2 days. So I thought for $23.95 was a pretty good get. And that is it. Got those all done in 10 minutes. That was a lot of stuff. All right, randomness of the day. I had somebody go to an estate sale for me and kind of blind buy a bunch of old consoles and stuff. Paid $370, or that was the winning bid. Got all these CIB complete in box Sega Genesis games. Got some N64 games. Got some PS2 games. Got a Sega Genesis, which I really want to keep because I don't have one of those. And I do like the Sega Genesis. Got an N64. Got a PS2 Slim. Everything's real dusty and gross, so I gotta clean everything, obviously. Some controllers, some N64 controllers. Anyways, got it all price charted out. This is what I can sell it for. That's the Sega games. That Contra game was $118. There's the PS2 games, the N64 games, the consoles, and that is my total possible sell. Some of this stuff I'm going to keep, but $892 worth of stuff for $370. These consoles cleaned up so nice. Had Graham in here getting all nostalgic, thinking about buying that N64. It's everything's so nice, and like, it was dusty, but you can tell it was like well cared for. You can even like see the speckles in the PS2 DualShock. It's pretty nice. I think I'm gonna keep the Genesis. After I cleaned it up, I was like, gosh, that's the one I had when I was a kid, and I think I want it. Alrighty, today is April 12th. By now, I probably will put a video before this video that shows the estate sale that I went to, or actually I didn't go to. I sent somebody in my stead. Spent $370, bought a bunch of stuff. Most of it I'm selling, but I am going to keep the Genesis. So basically, this is basically just going to be what I'm keeping from the Genesis, plus a couple random PlayStation 2 games I'm adding to the collection. And then, yeah, that's basically it. I've been cleaning games and testing systems, and like consoles and stuff are at work, so I'm getting ready to go get the Genesis and go hook it up to my retro TV in the living room and play some of these Sega games. But before I did all that, I was like, well, let me show off the ones that I'm actually adding to the collection. I've already sold, let's see, these games right here. From that estate sale. I traded them in this place called East Starland. I've mentioned them before. I traded all those in and basically got a complete in box copy of Toe Jam and Earl that hopefully will be here in the next couple weeks, which is my favorite Sega Genesis game. And then I got The Lion King to put in my boxes that still have not arrived, which will... If those boxes ever do arrive, I'll add that to this video probably too. Or maybe I'll make a separate Super Nintendo video. Anyways, let's go through the few things that I got from the estate sale that I'm actually keeping and adding into the collection. I'll go with the PS2 games first. Corvette. I'm a sucker for a racing game. I don't think this is a particularly good racing game. I think it has very low value. I think it's like $6 or something. But this was such a clean, nice, complete in box version of it that I went ahead and grabbed it and put it in the collection. That's kind of the same deal for Ford Racing 3. I had Ford Racing 2. I don't think this is particularly a good game, but it was like $6, complete in box. So I added it into the collection. I've never played either of those games, but I'm a sucker for some racing games. All right, as far as the Sega games that I'm going to keep out of the estate sale, first up, the original NBA Jam. This is actually the tournament edition because that estate sale had two versions of this game. All of these games are complete in box. They cleaned up really nicely. I love NBA Jam. The one I remember playing the most was on the PS3, which was kind of like the rebooted version of it. I did play this as a kid though, so it's cool to add it to the collection. I don't think we had the tournament edition, so I'm not sure what the difference is, but we are going to be testing that out pretty soon here. I got X-Men. This does have the poster and the manual and everything inside. It's complete in box. I do like the X-Men. I don't remember if I ever played this game, but I decided this was something I wanted to try and keep in the collection. Next up, we've got the classic Sonic the Hedgehog. This is what came with my Genesis as a kid. This is why I'm keeping the Genesis, is because this was like one of the first consoles I remember playing. We had an NES, but the Genesis was kind of like my first console. This game was what we played. It's what it came with. It's what we played, and I'm looking forward to playing it again. Of course, you can play this game a million different ways on 40 different systems now, but to play it on the original console on my retro TV, it's going to be awesome. Sonic 2, I also remember playing this game a bunch. It's the sequel. It's better than the first game in pretty much every way. You get Tails in this one. And yes, I do need to get Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. Those were not in the estate sale, so now I'm going to be looking for those to add to the collection, because those are also really good Sonic games. One of my favorite games of all time, Road Rash 2. It's kind of what put me over the edge in keeping this collection, because I freaking love this game. I also really love Road Rash 3. Don't really remember the original. I'm sure I played it back in the day, but definitely want to get Road Rash 3 to add to this collection too, but I will be firing this up here in a little bit and replaying it. The Road Rash games are so freaking fun. They're not like your traditional racing games. This is another thing that I'm so sad that EA killed this, because a modern Road Rash game would be so much fun. But you've got like combat. See the guy whipping the other guy with the chain there. You can punch people. Fun games, and I can't wait to fire that up. And then finally, this is not from the estate sale. I just picked this up at a game exchange. I went looking for Sonic 3 and the other Road Rash games and Toe Jam and Earl. Did not find those at any of my local spots. Found Echo the Dolphin. This is a game I didn't play, but is on people's lists as one of the best Sega Genesis games. And it's different. So it was $20 and it was CIB. So because I got all these Genesis games CIB, that is how I'm going to collect for the system. I'm only going to get complete in box with the manual in good condition. So it's going to make it a little harder to find things that I want, but it also will make it more fun, I feel like. And I'm getting ready to go on a trip for work, so I will be looking at all those places for some of this stuff. But yeah, I picked this one up. This is a kind of, because all those other games I'd played before, this one I was like, I want a game that I haven't played before that I want to try out on the Genesis. Alrighty, as promised, I was going to show off my entire Super Nintendo collection now that I've recased it. A little over a year ago, I had a roof leak, which ruined a lot of these cases. I like to see the positive side of things. Had these been original cardboard cases, it would have been thousands of dollars in damages. But because these are $7 cases that I ordered from customgamecases.com, by the way, great site. And I went with the uniform look, so you can do the original box art, or you can go with this more OCD kind of look that I went for here. And I'm not going to go through all these games. I probably will do at the end of the year, a full Super Nintendo set thing, but I did want to show them off because they look so freaking cool. And then I'll just show I got all the classics and some of my favorite games from the Super Nintendo era. But they all look really nice. I'll show off one of them. In these thick cases, they have a description, some screenshots. They've got the original barcode, and it's a nice plastic case. So highly recommend if you're looking for some classic cases to put your games in, your cartridges, to display them basically. The cardboard boxes are just, one, they're super expensive to collect for, and two, they could get tore up pretty easily. So I'm happy with my purchase, and I'm glad to have them all back recased again and looking cool. Pretty proud of this hookup here. I got Super Nintendo on channel 1. Super Mario. And on channel 2, I got the PS2. Duh. And then on channel 3, I got the Sega Genesis. Pretty cool. Alrighty, today is April 25th. Someone's outside decided to just start mowing as I start to record this video. Um, I went on a work trip. It's an annual trip I go on every year. There's some places that I go visit every time I go on this trip. It's to the eastern side of the state of Kentucky. I live in the western side. And then there was a new place I went to go to, which was cool. From, I guess, kind of famous YouTuber Caleb. He used to be Phoenix Resale. Now he's Quick Flips Games. He started his own video game store in Lexington. So got to visit it for the first time, which was pretty cool. And so we're going to go through our haul here. This is going to be the last haul of the month. I got some games, I got some movies, you know the jam. I am going to start off real quick with this poster right here. I picked this up at Game Exchange for, I think it was $10. Yep, $10. It is a full movie, 27 by 40. I can't remember the exact dimensions, but it's a full poster. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet, but I just really love Arcane. And when I saw it, it was in the front, one of the gaming aisles. I was like, okay, it's like Destiny. I got to have this. Big Arcane fan, so it's really cool to see this poster. I really like it. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put it in my house, or who knows, maybe it'll go to my office. We shall see. All right, let's get started on the rest of the haul. I've got all the price tags still on everything, so should be able to go through this pretty quick. Right out of the gate, I thought this was a different game. I did get this at Quick Flips, so that new video game store I was telling about, for $15.99. I remember as a child playing a MechWarrior game on Super Nintendo. This was not it. I looked the video up of this after I got it here last night, and I don't think I want this game. So this actually shouldn't be in this video because I don't even think I'm going to add it in the collection. It must be a different MechWarrior game that I'm thinking about, because this is like first-person mode, and it just doesn't look interesting to me. The one I'm thinking about is a top-down game, so a good way to start. This one I am keeping, F-Zero. Picked it up for $17.99 from Quick Flips. Their Super Nintendo games were really clean and really good looking. So I played this game once before, but this Rock and Roll Racing was my Super Nintendo racing game, but this is looks a lot like that, or Mario Kart, for instance. So that's why I always wanted to get it. So I'll be adding that to the collection. And yes, I will eventually, once I build up some more Super Nintendo games that I don't have cases for, I will buy some more custom cases for them. This was at the house when I got home. I haven't opened it yet. I really love this slip. It's so cool. I have pre-ordered this from Amazon, so I think it was around $30 if I remember correctly, which is crazy. It's like all these. I wanted Send Help, and I couldn't find it anywhere when I was looking, so I guess I'm going to have to order it online too, and it's $35 for the 4K. But at least it did come with a slip. It looks really cool. I loved this movie. This is one of my favorite movies. This and the Project Hail Mary are my two favorite movies of the year so far, so of course I wanted to pick this up, and I'm looking forward to rewatching it. I picked this up at a Goodwill. It's disc only. This is definitely going to be some trade-in stuff, but it is Mercenary 2 World in Flames, and I only paid $1.59 for it, and it had a $10 loose value, so that's why I went ahead and grabbed it. This I picked up at Goodwill on my trip. It was also $1.59, called Distorted. Never heard of it. Why it kind of grabbed my attention, I was like, Christina Ricci and John Cusack, okay. Don't see them in a lot of movies. But then I started reading the back of it, and I was like, oh, this sounds kind of interesting. Like, it's like a super modern building with a real fancy security system. And then I guess the girl thinks, or Christina Ricci thinks there's a dark side, and there's an investigative journalist, and cyber conspiracy, and I don't know. Just sounding like my kind of movie. So, and you don't get these like direct to DVD kind of movies anymore. Like this, I could totally see picking up 20 years ago at my local movie store, and maybe it being surprisingly good. But now I guess it's streaming is where you get these kind of movies, and there's just too much on streaming to find stuff like this. So who knows? I'm going to give it a go. I added it to the watch list. It might be garbage. I actually didn't even look up the Rotten Tomatoes score for it, and I probably won't. Good Fortune. This was a movie from last year, I'm pretty sure. Really enjoyed it. Found it at Half Price Books for $14.99. I looked it up real quick on Amazon, and I think it was still going for $25 for the plain Blu-ray. So I thought, why not grab it? Really enjoyed this movie. It was funny. Seth Rogen, Keanu Reeves, Aziz Ansari. I think he directs this movie too, if I remember correctly. So cool find for $15. Nightmare Alley. This is the 4K upgrade. I think I just picked up the Blu-ray a few months ago, but when I saw the 4K for $13, I was like, let's go ahead and upgrade it. I remember there's some dark scenes in this movie, and anytime there's some dark scenes, I'm like, I want to see you watch that in 4K. The Descendants. I thought I had this movie, but when I saw this one with the slip, I don't actually own it at all. George Clooney and what's her name? This was like her first movie. Shailene Woodley is in here, if I remember correctly. $6.49 with the slip. Not bad. This movie I've actually never seen, but I see clips of it all the time on TikTok. And so when I saw it at a Game Exchange for $5.99, and it was buy one get one at Game Exchange, so I'm sure this was probably one of my free ones. I was like, you know what? I should actually watch this movie because the clips are pretty funny. And I like Ricky Gervais. But I'm sure other people have seen the clips I'm talking about. Basically, no one can lie. And I think Ricky Gervais' character figures out that you can lie. But so everybody just takes whatever he's saying as truth. I don't know if I'm doing a good job of explaining this movie, but I want to actually watch the movie instead of just watching it through clips on TikTok. So that was a cool find. Another cool find that I never see out in the wild. This was a Christmas movie from my youth, Jingle All the Way, with what is it, Turbo something? Is that doll? Turbo Man, yeah. It's probably pretty rough, cheesy. I haven't seen it in quite a while, but we watched this a bunch as a kid, and I wanted to have it. I want more Christmas movies, and for $5.99, this is probably also another free movie in the collection because I got it from Game Exchange from buy one get one. But Jingle All the Way. I see Jingle All the Way 2 all the time, but I never see this one, so it was cool to grab. Didn't actually own it at all. It actually comes with an extended director's cut of the film too, which I thought was cool. Mortal Kombat. I've been looking for this. I want to watch it. I never did watch it. I think, didn't this come out in the COVID year? I keep seeing the trailers for the sequel, and they look kind of fun. So I'm like, well, I guess I need to go back and watch this film to see if it's complete garbage or if I actually like it. So that's why I grabbed it. I'm planning on watching this. I'm throwing this in the watch list to the top. So I'll probably watch this here in the next couple days, and we will see if it's any good. And they did have the 4K, but they wanted I think it was like $20 for the 4K. So I was like, let's just see if I enjoy the movie, and then if I do really like it, I can always pick up the 4K later. So $5.99 for Mortal Kombat. This is a movie I've heard of, but I don't think I've ever watched it. And I was reading the back of it, and I was like, oh, this sounds kind of interesting. Brad Pitt, Anthony Hopkins, $7.99 on the old from Game Exchange again. And basically, he's like Death, and but he also falls in love with Anthony Hopkins' daughter or something. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure I have not seen this movie, so I want to check it out. It sounded interesting. I am to that point in my collection now that if it's not a new release or some first time coming on Blu-ray or 4K, then now I'm to the point where I pretty much have everything I want. So now I have to start blind buying movies and seeing if I like them or not. We'll see. This one I was like, $16.99, pretty expensive. I think this came out last year, or maybe it was the year before, but it had the slip. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought the tennis scenes were fantastic, and I thought Zendaya was great in the film. So I wanted to grab it up. I actually didn't own it, and so it's a little pricey, but went ahead and grabbed it since it had the slip. This one I thought I was getting a steal, $7.99. I mean, I guess it's still a steal, but I think it's like $11 brand new on Amazon right now. American Psycho, the uncut version. Another movie I've never seen, but I hear about it all the time. I'm sure this is probably one of Christian Bale's first movies. And I think, isn't he like a killer or something if I remember correctly. But I wanted to watch it, and to get a 4K for $8, that's a really good deal. All right, and now, hold on. I was gonna start going into the games, but I got a couple more movies here. Another one from Game Exchange. Picked up a Wreck-It Ralph on 4K. I had the sequel on 4K, but this one I still had in Blu-ray, so this is a Blu-ray to 4K upgrade. I love Wreck-It Ralph. Another one that you don't see out in the wild a whole lot. So for $12.99, I immediately was like, oh, yep, picking that up. Great Disney animated movie. And then the last movie I picked up, also from Game Exchange for $5.99. I think I got 6 movies total, so I actually got 3 of the movies for free. I think it was all these $5.99 ones. So not a bad deal. And actually, Game Exchange sometimes, and I think they did it on this time, doesn't give you the cheapest sometimes. Sometimes they just, I guess if you get a nice guy, he'll just, or a nice employee, he'll just randomly choose some movies to make free. But this movie I've seen, I didn't own it. I thought I did, but I didn't own it. It's been a really long time. This came out right around the Kick-Ass era of superhero movies. It is very much like Kick-Ass, if I remember correctly, a little more crazy. But it's Rainn Wilson. He's playing a vigilante. Ellen Page is in there. I remember enjoying it, but for $5.99, I thought let's give it a go again. This one was a Game Exchange pickup for $18.99. Tetris Effect. I've always wanted this game. It's Tetris, obviously. One-player Tetris, so this isn't like a combat Tetris. Like, there are some newer ones where you can like play against each other. But I know it says it's like PlayStation VR, but you don't have to play it with that, and it has really good reviews. I'm sure it's probably better in VR, but I don't have PSVR. But I figured I'd give it a go. I love Tetris, so pretty cool. And that, I think that is worth like $20 physically. So because so it was actually a deal. All right, another game I got from Quick Flips, Dead or Alive 5, $12.99. This game is worth, I think, close to $20 when I looked it up. I don't like the case it's in, so I've already got a replacement case for it. But it is complete. I looked. I don't have a single Dead or Alive game, so that's why I was like, oh, I gotta get this. And plus, you know, I don't get too many PS3 games anymore because I have such a large collection. So it's cool to find one I didn't have for cheap, and it was actually a deal. So I will be adding that to the PS3 collection. All right, and now I have 4 Sega Genesis games. We'll go with this one first. I picked up, of course, I'm trying to get all my Genesis games complete in box. So makes it a little harder, but that's just the way I want to do it. Sonic Spinball, I picked up for $12.99 at Quick Flips again. And I'll go ahead and talk. I never played this game. I played the original Sonics, but I thought this was cheap for a complete in box Sonic game. Looks like Sonic, but pinball, and I like pinball. So, but that's it for Quick Flips. These next several games, I think this one I got from, where did I get this from? I think I got this one from like a flea market that I went to. So it does say Elizabethtown on there. So I think I went to a flea market in Elizabethtown. Must have been where I picked this one up for $25. Mortal Kombat 3. I decided I'm going to keep my Street Fighters for Nintendo and my Mortal Kombats for Genesis, because Genesis was the edgier console. And I don't remember playing Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo. I remember playing it on the Genesis. I played Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo. So you're going to find a theme here, because then I also picked up Mortal Kombat 2 complete in box for $22 from that same flea market. So now I have 2 and 3, and this is also complete in box. Looks really good. And then finally, I got this at Game Exchange, because I was like, well, I got the first 2, or the last 2. Let's go ahead and get the first one. Got this one at Game Exchange for $24.99, a complete in box version of the original games. Now I have all 3. Now I know there is a legacy collection that literally just came out for PS4, PS5, or within the last year it came out, and I actually saw that at Game Exchange, and I almost picked it up, and then I was like, no, I'll get that later when it gets a little cheaper, because they wanted still like $25 or $30 for it, and I was like, I'm gonna wait, I'll find that cheaper somewhere, and I've got the original games I can play, the classics on my Genesis. So that was it. It was a fun trip. I don't feel like I went too crazy overboard. But that's it for now. Until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.